Hello, everybody. This is Sree from BizBuzz, What Matters the Most in Your Business. Sponsored by MyWorkBelt. MyWorkBelt is a all-in-one software, particularly catering to service-based small businesses all over the world. If you have not checked it out, please check it out, myworkbelt.com. And today I have a Craig Andrews. Craig Andrews is a principal ally at alliesforme.com, and they are the masters in marketing high trust, high ticket products or services. If you have one of those, check them out, alliesforme.com. They are from Austin, Texas. Craig, how are you doing?
Sree, I'm doing wonderfully. It's good to see you again.
Excellent. I always enjoy and meeting with you, and I always learn from you. That's for sure. And as we were talking in the green room, and we had somebody unexpectedly, common friend, came onto my podcast, and he was talking. He was raving about you. I was very happy that he was raving about you. Right?
Yeah, and that was a delight for me. It was one of my old podcast guests, and apparently my podcast was very productive from getting leads, and that excites me.
That's exciting. Exciting. So we were talking in the green room, right? Not just simply private organizations do the marketing to either hiring or recruiting, or they do the marketing for selling their product or service. That we talked at a length in multiple episodes, right? But
Right.
let's talk about how government does. Do government require do the marketing? And if they do you have any examples that we can learn from?
Well, and yeah, so this is an interesting week. This is the Monday was the Marine Corps birthday, and Tuesday was Veterans Day.
And you are veteran.
I'm a Marine,
Yes, Marine.
more than a veteran. I'm a Marine,
Marine.
and
Okay. Yes.
the but it's something people don't realize is that the Marine Corps has just an unmatched record in recruiting. They hit their recruiting goals year after year after year.
Yes.
And there's something in their message. There's something in the message that I
Uh-huh.
think is really critical. And so let's go back in time and let's reset the context.
Right.
So the US military, we had a draft all the way up until 1973.
That's correct.
And then starting in 73, they decided to go to what we call an all volunteer force. So there would be no
While in the
draft.
middle of the war.
Yeah, we were wrapping up a war. And and so it was a very unpopular war. It was the Vietnam War. And people that were coming back from Vietnam, they had peace activists that would spit on them. They were poorly treated.
Oh my God, that's very bad.
And so recruiting was hard, right? And so the Marine
Yeah.
Corps, they missed their goals in 1973. They missed their goals in 1974,
Yeah. Yeah.
but they hit their goal in 75. And
Uh-huh.
again, let's put some context. The fall of Saigon was in April of 1975. It was very humiliating.
Uh-huh.
It was a humiliating end to a very unpopular war.
Correct.
And the Marine Corps hit their goal. And as a matter of fact, not only did they hit their goal in 1975, they hit it in 76, 77, 78, 79, 80. They hit their goal every year until 1994. They missed it that only year.
1 year
They've hit their recruiting goal ever since then.
again.
Nobody has that record.
No. See, that recruiting also requires a marketing. Everybody thinks recruiting, yeah, you just go and talk to people and you get no, right? You have to present your organizations, and you have to present what the benefits that organization give you. It's more or less a selling job for bringing the talent into the organization. And
Yeah.
not to mention, in this case, it's not just simply selling the opportunity, it's more or less you have to sign up with your life,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
So the message has to be even more stronger and compelling for somebody to put their life on the line,
Yep.
literally.
Well, and and it's really interesting. Let's go back to an earlier episode that we did together.
Yeah.
Remember I told you how I was trying to sell my house
Yes, that's
and it had
correct.
been very hard. I'd written the original listing description, but the real estate agent said, "Oh, take this out, take this out, take this out." She said, "It's too personal, it's too specific. We want this to appeal to a broad number of people."
Hmm.
And I did it because she's sold more houses than me, but I knew it was the wrong thing. And for 2 months, we had nothing but bad reviews.
Right.
And I changed the message where I put back in things that were very specific. Like one of the things that she objected to was you wipe the jelly from their smiling faces. So I'm talking to a mother of very small children, and I put that specificity back in. And I said, we don't want this to be broad, we want this to be narrow. And all of a sudden, just by changing that listing, it switched from 100% negative to 100% positive, and we were under
Wow.
contract in two
Right.
weeks.
Yes. I remember that.
Well, the Marine Corps did the same thing.
Mm.
And instead of saying, well, hey, we just want to make this message broad, we want to accept anybody that will come in, they said,
Right.
no, we're going to make this message very narrow. And not only that, we're going to make it so narrow that some people will be offended by it.
Ah, wow.
And uh, so this is just part of the ad that they ran in 1975 when they first hit their recruiting goal.
Mm.
Reads, and maybe you're one of the few. If you have the will to find out, we'll have the way. PLC, Platoon Leaders Class, 6 weeks next summer at Quantico, Virginia. And if you make it, 6 weeks the following summer. It's a test of the body, brain, and spirit. If you've got it, prove it. If you want it, um, if you want it, work for it. If you think you're a leader, show us.
Wow. That's a very direct and really strong message.
And the headline for the ad was the 500-mile summer. So
500-mile summer. Oh my
you're
God, you're going to do 500 miles in the middle of summer.
yes.
That makes a lot of people be scared to even consider.
And they ran that and they hit their recruiting goal.
That's impressive.
The year I enlisted, they were running a similar type message. It was better. This was not particularly well written,
Hmm.
but it was effective. And the message they were running, they were talking. The message talked about how we take raw steel and we shape it and form it and make it into the metal that's
Mm,
Marines. You
mm,
know,
mm,
are you are you up for the test?
mm,
Are you
mm.
one of those people? And so it was a very narrow message. It didn't say we're looking for everybody. It said we're looking for this specific person.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
And not only that, we're not going to try to convince you to come. You better prove that you have what it
You
takes to
have,
be.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It's completely spinning complete opposite. It's not that I am seeking your talent, but you better prove that you are worthy to join with me.
And at the end of a very unpopular war and a humiliating defeat, the Marine Corps met their goal.
That's really gutsy. Of course, Marine Corps do have a gutsy leaders, but that's very gutsy. So how in the human context, why did it get succeed despite it is having so strong message and more or less like don't come to me kind of a message?
Yeah, you know, the Marine Corps realized out of however many million Americans were in the United States, or even smaller number, how many young Americans were in the United
Correct.
States, they didn't want everybody.
Yes, of
They
course.
they needed, yeah, and something my wife and I kept telling each other when we were selling our house, we only need one buyer.
Absolutely. We only need one buyer for that house.
We
Yes.
only have one house to sell. We only need one buyer.
Correct.
And so any business, unless you're running a factory, and even there you have scaling limitations, but
That's correct.
most businesses can only handle so many customers.
You only need a few customers. You don't
Yep.
need the whole world to come to you and ask for your product or service.
And so the and so what you need to do is speak specifically to your
to
customers.
that customer. But the
And
key though, but the key though, you need to identify who is that specific customer.
right.
And that's the essence of messaging, isn't it?
It is. And, and let me steal from another profession. There are coaches that go out and coach people in writing books.
Yes, I've seen.
And one of the things those coaches will tell you is you need to identify your audience of one. If there's
Uh,
only one person who read your book, who
there
would
are
it?
many people.
Well, you write it. You write the book as if
Oh, you write the book for one person.
you write it for one person.
I see.
And when you write powerfully for one person, it turns out that you write powerfully for many.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's impressive technique. I didn't think of that. People write, actually it makes sense now that you said that. When you're reading a book, the most popular books are written in such a way that the author is speaking to me alone and me alone,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
That is, oh my goodness, that's really impressive technique. Thank you for sharing that.
Well, and when we start working with somebody, and actually before we formally take them on as a client,
Yeah,
we ask them, give us the name of one person that is your ideal client. We want the name of a real person. We don't want this weird
correct.
Franken
Right.
client. We want the name of one real person that if you had 100 clients just like them, life would be perfect.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And when we figure out how we're going to speak, the messaging we're doing, we write specifically for that one person.
But that's a very powerful marketing technique.
Yeah.
Even
And
though you are writing a message, marketing message, but the principle of writing a book still apply to that marketing message. It is still you are writing that message.
and the Marines, when they wrote that ad, they they said, we don't want to be like everybody else. We
Correct.
don't want everybody else. We want people who are confident that they are the best. We want people that when we challenge them at this
And
level,
they take the challenge.
they're like, of course that's me.
Yeah, yeah,
And when they
that's right.
put that out there, there were enough people in the US that saw that ad that were the right age and had a whole bunch of boxes checked. They're like, that's me. And
It's
they showed up.
basically poked the people who are qualified to get up and say, hey, I'm going to prove it.
Yep.
Right? You're basically throwing a challenge into the market with that message that are you up for the challenge? And those who have a big ego and hey, I'm going to go up for it, and those who are the ones wanted it in the Marine
Yeah.
Corps.
I
Now,
mean,
great.
listen to these words again. If you've got it, prove it. If you want it, work for it. If you think you're a leader, show us.
Wow, that's pretty powerful. And it worked in what, 1974 or
Five,
73? 75. 70,
75.
75 is when they started it, and they continued meeting the recruiting goals except 1 year until today.
Yep,
That is unbeatable success rate, isn't it?
it
Now,
is.
those who are, thank you very much, Craig, for giving us the learning and experience. And from not only the experience of private entities, we can also learn from the experiences of government entities how to propagate the message. So, if I'm taking it, Craig, from you, that if you are writing a marketing message or if you are telling your story to the market, you don't need to tell that to hundreds of people. Just pick one who is suitable audience for you. Tell that story to that one person, and naturally it propagates into the rest of the world, and you will attract that customers, prospects who are identical to that one person. Right? That's a very powerful message. Matter of fact, I would love to take that, use it in my projects going forward. And those who are listening, I hope you are taking away with a great technique here and use it in your own business and use it for growing your business. If you have not subscribed to it, please subscribe to it, to our channel, and hit the bell icon so you can get notified. And if you can share it with your fellow business owners so that we all can learn together. Craig, thank you very much for being on the show today. Appreciate your time.
Thank you, Sree.